Hello guys, UnoPro here today for a new first time ever playing Abyssian on camera. Very excited for this. I started playing this deck today basically for the new season. Played maybe nearly 20 games with it. Really enjoying it. I think it's a really fun deck, and I think it's really strong because I've just been doing super well against Songhai, and that's a deck I really want to beat in the current meta. Okay, so this is actually Karmify's ramp list. You can find it on Colossus the Dragon's tier list on the Duelist forums, which is, I'd recommend to anyone either way. So ramp wise, we've got the Darkfire Sacrifice, and then we're not actually running Sarlacc, even though we're running the Sacrifice and the Ritual Banishing. And I haven't really felt like I need them. Jaxies, Dream Gazers, Blood Tear Alchemists are all very good, targets for it. 2 Grasp of Agony, it's been okay, a little bit underwhelming. I might experiment around with that a little bit. It's nice to be running Jaxi, just because it still is a really good card. But I don't really feel like I can play it in Songhai because it's not aggressive enough anymore. New Night Sword Assassin is amazing. And we've got quite a lot of late game. So we've got the Reaper, the 9 Moons, which has been, pretty good. Shadow Dancer, it hasn't done heaps, and I think it's probably a card I'll consider changing around. But for now, we're going to test it out. We're just going to stick with what we've got, and I'll slowly make some changes. Late game, the 2 Vorpal Reavers, pretty strong, and then 3 Spectral Revenants, which I think is a very strong card, and it puts a lot of pressure. And in this really fast meta we have, Spectral Revenant is really good at closing out games and racing. You can't be slowly whittling down your opponent in this current meta. You need to have big sources of damage. And once you get to 7 mana, that's a lot of pressure you're applying.
Lyonar versus Abyssian.
Alright. Lyonar, I think this is definitely a good matchup for Abyssian. I can see ways it could potentially go wrong. But that's more Swarm Abyssians that should be worried. We have Night Sword Assassin. I think a lot of the Lyonar decks are kind of changing around Night Sword Assassin because getting an Ironcliffe destroyed is just not good. Okay, so this looks like an aggro Lyonar. I'd probably get rid of this. I don't really want this to die for free, but I don't really feel like Darkfire sacrificing now. It's very unlikely he'll use anything on this, so or kill it, so it's fine not to do it now. Okay, so Grasp of Agony might be decent this turn. Bit of an awkward hand this one. I mean, we've mulliganed, as hard as we really can for early game, but okay, so he's playing around Grasp of Agony nicely. Okay, so a nice positioning for my opponent. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So we got something we can do now. What to kill though? That's a bit of a toughie. I'm considering just Darkfire sacrificing this turn after I play the Night Sorrow, so we can guarantee play this next turn. What to target with the Night Sorrow though? I guess I might as well go for this because that way I can deny a mana tile. Yeah. Could also just trade in here and Darkfire sacrifice this. I guess that's better. Let's have a think. Yeah. This is just going to do face damage, and face damage isn't really what we want. Him taking 3 damage does nothing for us, so... Yeah, so he had a really strong start. And so we need to, you know, have a big hitter next turn. We can't just, you know, play for value and try and live with a 3-1 over a 2-1. It just doesn't make sense. So I think that was, you know, the best way to play it. Okay. Interesting. He's playing very cautiously with his minions. Okay. So I can go down here, Grasp of Agony here, and kill this. Yeah. Where do I want my general? Guess just nice and central is probably best. Could have also gone this way, but I kind of wanted to be closer to the action. So we have the option to break a charge on this with our general, but I don't think we want to. It's just way too much damage. And we're already getting low. And aggro Lyonar will, you know, normally have a pretty limited amount of damage. Okay, so that was probably an argument for going down. If I went down here, he would have had... Yeah, I could have avoided the Dancing Blades there. Maybe that was a mistake. Let's get rid of a Jaxi. Alright. We can break the Arclight, but I think we just need to run, because you don't want to be in range of the Dancing Blades. So... Alright, I'll just do this. If he wants to trade in the Jaxi so he can hit me, it's not the end of the world now. Okay, a bit of healing, that's nice. Spectral Revenant next turn could be good. Yeah, he had some pretty fast start, I guess. Lots of 2-drops. But I think we're still in a decent position if we can deal with the Arclight. If he wants to do this, that's fine. I mean, I could have done it here and here, but... I care more about face damage at this point, I guess. It depends, we don't know his deck fully well. It could, you know, still curve out like to Archons or something, and then we need to play, you know, less defensive. I might get rid of the Shadow Dancer. Ooh, okay, as I said it, there's the Archon. Which we can't deal with very well. Like, not efficiently, not cleanly at all. So do we just... Okay, we just trade in everything, I think. Trade these 3 and the... Oh, that seems so weak though. I think I wanted to just be greedy, and we're just going to ignore the Archon. This way we get to at least pop the Arclight. I mean, if we do it like this, we can just leave it. We're pretty weak to Tempest, actually. I was thinking of, you know, save myself an attack from both of these, but we're too weak to Tempest. Yeah, definitely a bit of an awkward game. Oof, Decimate. Jeez. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I know people were running at heaps last patch to deal with Vitruvians and stuff, but yeah, interesting. Demonic Law or something would be really nice. Okay, let's get rid of this. Jaxie's better to keep just because we're gonna curve out with it. Ah, okay. So our hands are a bit tired, we have to do this. If we play Spectral, Volpal Reaver, any removal... Well, what could he have? He could have Repulsor Beast. So maybe it's not that bad. Repulsor Beast, maybe he's running Magnetize, I doubt it. We can heal, but then we're not really getting anywhere. This is definitely risky, and it's definitely a decent chance we'll die, I guess. There's definitely a few cards by not healing up, like even Holy Immolation we're dead to, but I don't see myself ever winning this game unless I play Volpal Reaver this turn. So it's sometimes you just have to take the play that, you know, there's a decent chance you'll lose, but it'll give you the highest chance to win, and ultimately the game is about winning, so. But yeah, I can definitely see this kind of Lyonar doing decently. If it's tech to be able to deal with the Abyssian matchup, then is he just taking a long time to kill us? Okay. So he took his time, but you know, I'm not too there's not much I really regret there. I guess I could have played around Dancing Blades, that probably would have been the mistake. But it's hard to know, we don't know what line I was going to be facing really. And it's hard to say, you know, let's not deny Mana Tile for free, because a deck may be running Dancing Blades. It's not an easy decision to make when we're not sure his deck is even running that card. Even then, it would have only been like the difference between 6 face damage, which I don't really think that would have mattered in that matchup, not when he was being so aggressive. Okay, another Lyonar. I do wonder if this will be another, you know, teched out anti Abyssian kind of one, where they're not really running the 3 attack minions. Let's get rid of Shadow Dancer. Just equip the Spectral Blade. He just played a Rust Crawler, and it's people, especially with Mask of Shadows as well, sometimes people are just a bit too cautious with it and they save it a little bit. Just play it, it's just a 2 mana, it's just good value. Alright, so we can get some nice value here. That's a bit annoying, but we can't really fault him. We could Grasp of Agony here, and then play this. I might get rid of this. Well, it's very unlikely we'll have an activator, as I say that. So we'll do this. Might as well put this here. Well, actually, I want to put it like here, because this way if he wants to kill it, he has to come away from the Mana Tile, so he has to make a choice. Whereas if I play it here, he can still he can access the Mana Tile. Okay, so at least we're not getting Zerg down this time. Okay. Let's come this way. We might try and get to that Mana Tile. Not much going on here. Let's play this safe and... Well, I like here more than in the corner. Do I? Yeah, no reason to play this in the corner. And we'll trade because we're probably going to be the aggressive deck, I'd imagine. And it's definitely very important to, especially if you're going to be playing, you know, bigger kind of threats, or single target vulnerable threats like this. You want to be hitting face a lot against Lyonar because you want to get value for Martyrdom. Yeah, it's not a card I'm too convinced on in this kind of ramp deck. Obviously it's amazing in a Swarm Abyssian, but the only times I've really gotten value from it have been when I've had a Vorpal Reaver die, which is admittedly happening more than it used to happen a lot. I used to never really see it happen too much, especially in the last meta with Vitruvians everywhere and people running heaps of Dispel. But in the current meta there's not actually really any Dispel going around, maybe a little bit from Lyonar. Because there's not a lot of targets in the meta, everything's kind of opening Gambit at the moment. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we can do something like this and this. Or we can go for a Spectral Revenant play. This is almost a free kill, so I don't know if I actually want to do that. I might mulligan a card then. I'll get rid of Dark Fire Sacrifice. Ooh. Yeah, nah, I think I still prefer to do it this way. We might as well protect this, I guess. If it's, there's no reason to let his general kill for free, I guess. Not like giving up very much. We will keep it safe. It is a bit too high value. You know, I don't like being too greedy with those kind of minions, but I think it's just too good. And we're gonna keep being aggressive because we're the one with. We're probably gonna be the aggressor, and Lyonar has always a lot of damage to get through. Plus, Lyonar does not have good burst. If they have, you know, a minion on the board, they can do a fair bit, but if they don't, there's not a lot to worry about. This game is, you know, accelerated pretty fast, it feels like. It's only at 6 mana. So I think we're in a very good position. I wasn't really, you know... I was thinking, oh, I'm sure there's a lot of threats, but there's not actually that much you can do. And that's completely fine. I think, let's get rid of this. We're positioned very awkwardly so that we can't block ourselves off. I wonder if I could avoid that. Maybe this is a little bit worrying now. Could just charge this in, but I don't feel like I want to do that. Yeah. Alright, we'll play it. We'll do it this way so he runs away from our thing. Maybe. I guess I could run away from Holy Immolation, might have been better. Kind of thought of that just as I pressed the button. But good chance we can probably... We might be able to kill him next turn anyway. Just a Martyrdom maybe? If this is a Martyrdom, it's awesome. If it's... What else could it be? Yeah, Martyrdom. Alright, that's perfectly fine. If he has another Tempest, well, which he probably does, it's not the end of the world. It's the end of the world. Okay, so we can kill... Oh, he didn't attack. Interesting. Wait. I mean, yeah, I know he can... I know he's stopping himself from losing another charge, but... yeah, maybe it's alright. I think I would have, if I was him, I would prefer to have attacked. Let's just go the Spectral Revenant. Well, actually we can play Reaper of the Nine Moons and... no, then we can't break the charge, so we have to do this. Gotta break the Arclight, it's too good. Alright. So we don't have a ton of, much of a board going on, but we have some answers here. We definitely have a lot of answers equipped. Just gotta keep clearing the board, and then I think eventually we'll have, the chip damage and be able to burst him down. Okay. That's fine. So we can kill that. But then we can't play Reaper of the Nine Moons unless we want to kill off our mini jacks. Let's get rid of this actually. Yeah. Ooh. Fortunately we can't play that. We do need to get rid of this Archon, there's no way we can let it live. Maybe we do want to play the... yeah. It's not like we're running buffs, so it's not as important. Let's do it. Just gonna play this... because it's flying, we obviously want to play it safe, but you also kind of... it can be a trap with this thing, because with flying often we think... you can play it as safe as you want because there's no reason to play it closer. But with this one, because the minion spawns on the spot it is, if you put it all the way on the corner and then your opponent, kills from the other side of the board, chances are you're not going to get a minion with this flying or range. So you're just going to be stuck there. Oh, a little bit of RNG going on. Hopefully, a lot of good targets. Oh, okay, that was definitely not on the good side of things. Let's get rid of Spectral Blade, I don't want to use that this time. Yeah, just trade off. I didn't want to take any more damage from Spectral Blade, that's just way too low. I don't feel like I need to heal up. The chances that he can kill me this turn are super low. Yeah, the only way it could possibly be is like... well, I guess it's Saber Spine Tiger stuff, but like, can't really account for that, that's just silly. And Triple Tempest is obviously not possible because it's been used, so we should be pretty safe. And Vorpal Reaver is a very good card. I think it would be an okay card if it didn't have Celerity. But the fact that it has Celerity is pretty insane. And we're finally in a meta where Abyssian is good enough. This card is decent. And it's a very fun card to play with as well. I guess it kind of makes, is it Frosthorn Rhino? The 5 mana 6/5 Lyonar card, which gets Celerity on Infiltrate and 1 attack. I think it makes, that look a little bit weak compared to this card, which is a very fun card. I was actually very fortunate opening Abyssian Legendaries. I think I opened 3 of these and 2 of the Spectral Revenants. So I think I've actually played against this guy quite a few times. I think I have him on my friends list. He's definitely an S-rank player from what I remember. Okay, we're weak to Sunbloom, but that doesn't really matter. We can just Ritual Banishing this, so that's no problem. Let's get rid of this. Alright, it seems like a pretty automatic kind of play. Kind of want to play around Holy Immolation. It's kind of awkward too, but I think I will. Like, it would have been nice to box him in, but then he simply... I mean, he just needs to remove the Blood Tier Alchemist then, and then he can get a Holy Immolation. Maybe it's just worth boxing him in, but we don't gain a ton from that. This missing a turn of attacks is not the end of the world. Because I think it's kind of showing the weakness of Lyonar in that I've been able to keep trading at low health this whole time really, and he's had to. He's never really been threatening my life total. Like, even now, I'm not too worried about my life total because I know I can, you know, clear or not worry about his minions. I mean, I'm still a little bit dangerous position, but okay. Question now is, do we trade or do we demonic lure? I don't feel like he's running a lot of taunts. Well, provokes. I should say provokes. I haven't played Hearthstone in so long. I don't know why I'm saying taunts. But yeah, I feel like most of the Lionars are cutting out Ironcliff Guardians because of this card in particular. And so, what provokes do we have? Maybe a Silverguard Knight. And by keeping this effectively can deal with a Silverguard Knight anyway. So I think this was definitely the best play. It definitely seems like a standard Lyonar list is going to be hard fought to beat an Abyssian consistently. There probably is some variation of aggro Lyonar that, you know, can be refined and can do alright, but I won't expect it to be a standard Lyonar. I know people are trying out like Golem Lyonar, whatever, and I mean, sure, it's better against Night Siren and stuff, but the deck still just got a ton weaker by now being a Golem deck. There was a reason people weren't playing Golem decks before. Alright, so if he doesn't have healing, we probably can kill him. Okay. So we did have healing. Let's get rid of this. Oh, that's not a good card to draw. Yeah, let's just get in his face. We're going to be a bit weak to Holy Immolation no matter how this goes. We will just trade in, keep as much ball control as we can. But yeah, I think this was undeniably the worst card we could have drawn just then. He's still pretty low though, only 3 cards in hand. I'm feeling still pretty decent. Not having to worry about Ironcliffs when you're versing Lyonar is definitely a luxury, I think. Just a card that was so good and, you know, autoing clip for so long. It is a bit worrying to see that, you know, such a staple card can be completely removed by one new card. I mean, if you're gonna do that kind of change, I feel like maybe Lyonar needed something more. But I mean, Lyonar's still pretty strong. I think most of you guys would agree with that. think we'll get rid of this. Well played. Don't. I don't want to stay here, and I guess, yeah, I guess I have to. I can't. I could block for Divine Bond, but it's, yeah, it's a bit awkward. It's very, very awkward to do that. We actually will block for Divine Bond, so he has to have another card that can affect the board. Which, you know, that's not a lot, but let's do it this way. Still play for ball control. So just Divine Bond on itself won't kill me. And there's that Spectral Revenant we've definitely been looking for. Oh, yeah, actually we're not really blocking it that much, but yeah, we're not actually blocking it at all. I don't know if there was a way to do it. I guess I should have done it. No, doesn't really matter. Or yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm rambling here, guys. I apologize. Just trying to think of. You always want to be trying to think, how could I have played it better? Okay. It's a pretty nice card for him to draw. But it's also risky for him to kill this off on. Hopefully we get something good. I'm sure there's a lot of good targets in his deck. Okay. So that, if he doesn't trade off here, that means it'll be lethal, most likely. Okay, he's got the Silver Guard Knight. Alright, this game is just going all over the place. Ooh, not the card I wanted to see. Oh, baby! Oh, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. I mean, the chances actually probably weren't that low, if we're being real. So now we're gonna kill the Provoke, because we can actually run away out of Dancing Blade's range and not worry about, you know, Divine Bond loss. Ooh, that's Reaper of the Nine Moons. That's a pretty cool card. I mean, we've gone a little bit Hearthstone there. That is insane value. It's going to be hard for him to come back from this one, I think. He has to have an answer to this, or heal. So, unfortunately, we probably don't have time for another game, and that's just kind of because, you know, Lyonar being Lyonar. But I'm definitely going to be doing lots of videos of this deck, lots of videos of Songhai, and, you know, as other decks kind of evolve and adapt to the meta, I'll definitely be playing them as well. So I definitely look forward to it. Meta's a little bit stale at the moment, but I find it a bit. Okay, so part of me likes that we have very dynamic games. Abyssian Songhai mirror matchup. It's not simple, or it's hard to quite describe, but it's very dynamic matches, back and forth. Either person could kill any given moment, really. You know, playing big cool minions like, you know, these guys here. It's quite cool. But then we also kind of only have two factions who stand, you know, way above the rest, which is not something I'm a huge fan of, obviously. Anyway, that's enough about the meta for now. I'm sure I'll talk more about this in the future. There'll be definitely more Songhai and Abyssian videos to come. That's 100% for sure. Any other factions you guys really want to see, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Alright, see you next time guys.